All right. Welcome back to Nola Reviews. It's your boy Kels, and this is a new episode of Nola Reviews. I gotta pump some out for you guys since I've been out of commission lately. Thanks in large due to the coronavirus. But hey, look, I'm back and I'm here, and I hope you all doing fine. I hope you all doing okay. I hope your loved ones are okay. But anyway, look, this is gonna be one of those smaller lists. This is mostly about games. This is my gaming side of my life, all right? So, and usually I do some of the top 5 contents. This is another top 5 list or whatnot. It's not going to be as long as enduring as the movie list or movie reviews like I usually like to do. But this is something fun, more of a relief, more of a shorter list, but more of a funner list in my view, in my opinion. Because it just gives us a top 10. Who doesn't love a top 10? Come on, huh? Get with your boy. But this is Kels. This is Nola Review. And today, we're going to look at the top 5 game consoles ever. Alright? Now, personally, I'm a gamer. I don't play the game as much as I used to. But, I still get on my sports and I guess shooting games when my kids not around and fighting games. Those are like my 3 top games I like to play personally. Now, I know a lot of people have different games, fantasy games, different content when it comes to gaming. I get that. But these are the top 5 games on my list. And not just my list, but just a list of top 5 badass games that ever come out. A lot of these games made a lot of money. A lot of these games have a lot of game content with them that you might find great as much as I do. All right? And let's get to the list. All right? Number 5. Now, number 5, this list was tough. Because I do have a lot of good gaming systems that I like, gaming consoles that I like. And I think these top 5 were tough because I had at least probably about 8 or 9 that I thought that could be in the top 5. But anyway, number 5 is the Super Nintendo. Now, I picked the Super Nintendo because, of course, it was the second coming of the Nintendo. And Nintendo back in those days, early to mid-90s, was the shit. The Super Nintendo came out probably, I want to say like 95, 96 or something. I got to look up. Don't quote me on that. But I do remember Super Nintendo just being a game changer. You had the cartridges, Super Mario Brothers. You had all kinds of games. Like the Super Nintendo was just something different. It was more powerful than the regular Nintendo, but it was a step in the right direction. It really was. I think the Super Nintendo helped put the gaming wars just where they are today. It was a game changer. It really was. So that's the Super Nintendo is number 5 for me in my top 5. Number 4, Nintendo NES. And I'm going to tell you why I put the regular Nintendo NES 4 over the Super Nintendo. Easily because the Nintendo NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, was just the first of its kind. It was just the first of a new generation of gaming. You didn't see a console like this. Nintendo had the color, these cartridges, just, man, the Super Mario, just everything. And the color and the graphics, and just, man, everybody had their own controller. It was wire controller, of course, but you just did not have any of that before the Nintendo came around. Nintendo just upped the game. Period. Started the whole game it was because of the device Nintendo had. That was number 4. Number 3 would be Xbox 360. Now, the Xbox 360 has all those glorious titles that I love personally. I like the shooting games, like the Call of Duty and everything like that. And Xbox 360, I always wanted it. I just never got it. But he had all the games on it. He had the racing games, shooting games. He had different content on it. And it was portable, I mean, not portable, but it was susceptible to the internet. You could put the internet on it. You could watch movies on it. You could play Blu-ray discs on it. The Nintendo 360 was just powerful. It was more powerful than the PlayStation. The graphics were better because of Microsoft, but it still couldn't beat that PlayStation for a long time. But with the 360, that Nintendo 360 got you there. It made you think that if I don't want a PlayStation, I could get a 360 and get the same kind of value and content out of my game console. All right. So that was number 3. Number 2 probably will catch a lot of you by surprise, but this is still one of my favorite to heart game consoles of all freaking time. The Sega Genesis. We all remember that Sega commercial. Sega. You had Sonic the Hedgehog. You had all kinds of titles. And it was black. It was sleek. Sega Genesis was before its time. It really was. It was before its time. And it upgraded on Nintendo because it did everything that Nintendo didn't want to do. Sega did it. Sega did it to perfection. Big ups to Sega. Big ups to Sega Genesis for just taking that shot, man. They took that shot and they stuck the landing. All right. So I'm going to give you some honorable mentions. One of them is the PS4 and the PS3, which I have both of them bad boys in my house right now because of the apps they like to watch and, video features and stuff like that. Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, and Atari are all honorable mentions on this list that could have easily been in the top 5 if you had XP again. But the number one gaming console of all time, this is based on sales. This console blew everything out the water. Because just like the NES Nintendo, we never seen anything like this. Now, any type of game console can bring you something new to the table that you haven't seen. It's always a plus. And this one did just that. PlayStation 2 is the number 1 best game console of all time. You didn't have any game consoles doing Blu-ray at the time. This game console, PS2, you could slide in a Blu-ray disc and be straight, watch a movie all night. And also had the quality games. PS2 outsold everybody. PS2 put it into the game console wars because nobody was stepping up to get past a PS2 at that time. Not on a general scale like that. PS2 is the best game console of all time. I hope you agree with that. If you don't, let me know. Send me a chat, send me a message, and let me know. Alright? But anyway, this has been Kels with Nola Reviews. That was my top 5 game consoles of all time ever. So I hope I cross some of those titles off for you. Hope you like the show. Alright? This has been Nola Reviews. Peace.